Hello everyone, I'm Razazai here from Skooksa Cricket. So I've been receiving some complaints about width of the cricket bat and length of the cricket bats nowadays. It's becoming, not first time, not second, third, 4 times I've been receiving this complaint, okay? Now, my job is to make some clarity, okay? I don't manufacture these bats, I am a reseller, okay? And I think let's get this done once and for all and clear it for everyone out there who's looking for a cricket bat, because this is a universal problem. I wouldn't say a problem, but it has to be seen from a different perspective now, okay? Because I just want to clear this thing out, okay? Come with me. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 bats from 8 different brands, okay? Now, when it comes to the bats, you cannot have a bat in any size. According to the ICC rules I've just done here, these are the measurements that you are allowed to have in maximum, okay? When we look at the width of the cricket bat, it cannot be more than 107, okay? The length of the cricket bat is around 965 mm, okay? And edges, you cannot have more than 40 mm. And spine cannot be more than 65 mm. So this is a standard for cricket bats, okay? That's standard for the cricket bats that you can have. I might be wrong, but this is the information I've received from internet, okay? Correct me if I'm wrong with that. But when it comes to the reality, it's very different than this, okay? What's on the table, it's going to be very different for when it comes to the reality, which is these ones, for which you guys gonna pay and buy, okay? Now here's the thing, I'm gonna go through some of these bats, show you the width of them, and I will show you guys what you can expect, okay? So if we start with our brand, Skooksa, I will show you the width on this cricket bat. So let's get this done. This one, with rounded edges, you can get around 106.14, okay? The edges are rounded on this one. 106 on this one. We've got the CA. CA has approximately 107, yeah. 106.95 to be very precise, okay? 106 on the CA. We've got SG Players Edition here. SG has 104.63. That's SG. We've got MB Malik UAMZ bat. That's the UAMZ bat. We've got 103 on the MB bat. UAMZ bat. We've got SS. On SS, we've got 103.95, 103.96 to be very precise. And then we've got the New Balance. On New Balance, you are expecting 105.91 mm. We've got the HS. $106.83 on the edges. On this one, edges are rounded as well. That impacts few millimeters. We've got the MBS Malik. On this one, you are expecting around 105.92. 105.92. Edges are also rounded on this one, so 106 on this one. Okay, now I've seen some bats that come with width of 103, 102 in terms of width, okay? Now, here's the big deal, okay? Lots of you guys don't care about the width on the cricket bat, but those of you who care about the width of the cricket bat, it becomes a very big issue for you guys. And I understand it, 100%. There's nothing, I'm not refusing that, okay? But the reality is, if you're asking me as a reseller, and you're telling me that I want a 40 mm edges bat on my bat, and I want my bat 107 mm on the width, and I want spine height of 65 mm, okay? I want 65 mm on my spine on the cricket bat, and I want it in 150 grams, 160 grams, not 11, 65, 11, 70 maximum. Some of you say that, and I want those specs. I can tell you guys this, forget about it. That's not doable. You cannot expect a full-size cricket bat which lives up to the standard which is written on the Wikipedia or internet, and if you are expecting that sort of a cricket bat in that way, I would say it's almost impossible. You cannot expect that. Why? Because the demand for cricket bat is so crazy, so much that those manufacturers, when they get their bats from UK, they don't let them dry out properly. So you're getting lots of moisture on those cricket bats. Now I know some manufacturers who actually struggles. They are making bats with 35 mm. And they are making bats of 35 mm, but they are getting weights of 1350, 1360 grams. Now, how can they compete in the market when the demand is so much? They've got so many orders, okay? And they have to produce this standard. It's not possible. I wouldn't, if I'm a manufacturer, I'm gonna be very honest with you guys. It's not possible. And if it happens, it might happen maybe like 60 and 1000. You can get 60 clips that could live to this, okay? But those are gonna cost you really much. I think the reality is this. If it's 102 or 107, you got to be realistic. If you're okay with getting a bat that weighs 1300 grams, then I could maybe promise you this sort of dimensions on your cricket bat. But if we are more realistic, it's impossible. You cannot expect 107 mm on the width, 40 mm on the edges, 65 on the spine, and you want that in 2.726. Forget about it. That's not gonna happen. So let's get this clear, okay folks? That's very important because I don't want to get that complaint. I will get the complaint, but I will tell you guys, I would refer you guys to this video. The reality is, I understand the manufacturers, they cannot live up. It's very difficult. It's very difficult for them to make these sort of bats. And they might not come out and say to you that, but I will say to you guys because I'm gonna sell these bats and I have to be honest with you, with my customers. If we are more realistic, you should work more. Instead of complaining, I would say work on middling the bat more. Okay, with all due respect. That's the reality. That's what I'm thinking. If I'm gonna buy a bat, I either go for a heavier bat and get the full specs, or I will go with the lighter bat, but I have to compromise on the width, maybe on the edges, to get that bat. Unfortunately, that's the sad reality, and it has to be clear. You guys need to understand that. This is how it is nowadays. That's how the reality looks like. So if you're gonna complain next time, you're welcome to complain, but I will say that it's not in my hands. This is what we have. If you're okay with it, we can send you the width on each and every cricket bat you buy from us. And if you want it, you can take it. If you don't want it, then I will try my best to sell it to someone else. Or there might be people who will say, I don't care about that. As long as it got some sort of width, I will play with it. So that's the case, folks. And I hope that this video makes some sort of clarity and gives you guys an idea of what's happening. Big brands are struggling with that. There are very few brands that can live up to this standard. And if they are living up to the standard, they might have lots of cliffs that are dry. But I don't believe that. There is shortage of the extreme. That's the core reason is actually the shortage of English willow and the high demand. These two things. Thank you very much, folks. Hope this clears out some stuff here. And I might be wrong somewhere. If I'm wrong, make sure to correct me. You can comment down and share your thoughts about it. Thank you very much.